Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Craig. For those of you who have not been paying attention, President Donald Trump will be announcing his Supreme Court nominee later on today. Oh, goody, goody. Can't wait to see. I feel like a kid on Christmas. One of the things, just before I get into today's topic, that I found really interesting was they actually on Fox News this morning had like a counter, like a countdown, like, you know, a countdown to the bell drop, to the ball dropping in New York City. I, I find that incredibly amusing, but hey, that's what they had. So, but anyway, I found it amusing. I hope you guys find it amusing too. Now, today we're going to talk about a topic, and you guys know education is something that is near and dear to my heart. I'm a sitting school board member, have been for about 12 years now. And one of the things that SB 707 did in the state of California was it removed the restriction or the ability for concealed carry permit holders to carry on school grounds, university or school campuses. Now, what it did was it actually then gave that authority to the local superintendent or whoever the administrator is for that local school district or that local university. Now, most school districts, in most school districts, the superintendent is the person who's been given that authority. Now, generally what will happen is the superintendent will go with whatever the policy of the district is. Even though he or she has the actual authority, not the school board sets the policy, and generally if they want to keep their job, the superintendent goes along with whatever that policy is. Well, in California, some school districts have actually approved for concealed carry permit holders to be able to carry on campus. And in Breitbart News, there was a report that a fifth school district in the state of California has opted to allow their staff to carry on campus. It's the Palo Cedros North Crow School District. Now they're going to allow their teachers with concealed carry permit holders to bring their firearms to school for defense of themselves and students. Now, to those of you who are watching, that pretty much just makes sense. Okay, here's somebody who you know cares about kids because, you know, if you're going to be a public school teacher, you're going to work in a public school, you're not doing it to get rich. You're there because you care about our country's future, about your community's future, you care about kids. If there is going to be a situation where there is an active shooter situation on campus, who is in the best situation in order to be able to be the first responder? Well, those that are there on campus. In particular, those who are prepared concealed carry permit holders. In rural communities, and especially in rural communities like this, where law enforcement literally could be 15, 20 minutes away. You know, now you have someone who is going to be there, have the ability to be able to defend students. Now, by adopting this policy, they became the fifth school district in the state that would allow their teachers to be armed. The other four school districts who allow their teachers to carry are Kern High School District, Kingsburg Joint Union High School District, Folsom Cordova Unified School District, and Anderson School District. Which, by the way, is in Shasta County, which is the same county as the North Crow Creek School District. So you see, once again, most of these rural counties, with the exception of maybe Folsom Cordova. But by the way, now here's the interesting thing about Folsom Cordova. They actually took it a step further. Folsom Cordova, and I know some of the board members there at Folsom Cordova, they actually have worked to incorporate their staff who have concealed carry permits. They've actually incorporated them into their active shooter response, meaning they've provided them with, they're a part of the plan, as well as provided them with additional training so that they can be in the perfect position in order to be able to defend themselves and defend their students should there be an active shooter situation on campus. Now, to me, this just makes sense. You know, once again, being a school board member, the only thing I get from other school districts, other school board members who don't like guns on campus, they're like, well, but I don't see a reason why we would need guns on campus. And I'm like, well, if you could guarantee me that you could keep all bad guys with guns off school grounds, I would agree with you. But the problem is, you can't. You cannot guarantee me that someone is not going to be able to get onto school grounds with a gun, especially if everybody else on that campus is disarmed. You can't guarantee me that you're going to be able to keep them off. So if that is the case, then we need to make sure that there's someone there who is prepared and who is properly trained in order to be able to respond to those active shooter situations. So I say, bravo. If I had a hat on, I'd take it off for you, folks there at the North Crow School District. Now, let's see what you folks have to say. I am sure you have some interesting things to say about this particular topic. Where are we at here? Crenshaw High School District is currently on lockdown due to shots being fired. One person shot. Sure wish all schools would allow teachers to use concealed carries. Well, see, but that's what happens when, once again, you disarm the good guys, but the bad guys still get on campus. Matter of fact, I challenge every single time I hear people talk about this. Name one active shooter situation, name one shooter situation in the state of California where a concealed carry permit holder has gone onto school grounds and committed an act or attempted to commit an act of violence. So far, no one's been able to come up with one. These types of bad guys look for gun-free zones. This would hinder their opportunities. Exactly. Bad guys with guns look for target-rich environments. Believe it or not, I know this is kind of odd, bad guys with guns don't want to get shot. So why would they go to a place where there are people who can shoot them? I know. Novel concept. Go figure. That's surprising. Folso Cordova allows it. Actually, if you know some of the school board members, you would know that it was a very thoughtful process. It wasn't like there's a bunch of gun nuts on that particular school board. There are people, at least the majority, who honestly and truly believe that, hey, we want to do the best thing for kids, and that's a policy that they came up with, and I give them much credit for it. No weapon signs are poor deterrents and awful mitigators. I agree. You know, in fact, I've often told people, you know, people put those ADT signs up in their windows for home security. I said, you know what? No. Put the best thing for you to do, put this home protected by the Second Amendment. Post that in your window. I guarantee you, criminals will take a second thought before they decide if they want to come and rob your house. Takes an armed person to stop another armed person. You know, there you go, making sense again. Who was that again? JJ, this is California. We don't follow the Constitution and we don't make sense. At least that's according to the chairman of the Assembly Public Safety Committee. I give credit to those schools. Yes, we should give credit to them all who are willing to take that bold step. Now, many school districts are still trying to figure out exactly what their policy is going to be. Are they going to allow that or are they not going to allow that? What is the criteria? Or how are they going to incorporate it? Many school districts are just going to flat out deny. I'm of the mind that you know, you ought to make sure and give people that opportunity, and then do like Folsom Cordova, incorporate those individuals into the plan so that they understand that, look, you're not just here willy-nilly, but you're now part of a plan to defend this school, to defend these children. I think that's the best possible way to go. Forget the dogs, beware of gun owner. That is also a very, very good sign. Anyway, folks, that's it for today's Coffee with Craig. Hopefully, tomorrow morning, we'll have a chance to talk about our new Supreme Court nominee. At least that's my hope. Anyway, you guys take care. Have a fun day. And remember, it's a fight for civil rights. Use them or lose them.
If you like these updates, please share them with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel.